Hello dear friends. So today we are going to start lesson number 2, the sound of music, and part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. So actually we have discussed 1 to 10 paragraphs in previous classes. Okay, and in that previous classes we have studied. I just want to give you a small recap of that so that you can memorize it. Okay, so actually you know what, before that means Pungi was played in Aurangzeb's court, but now means at that time Aurangzeb banned this, means banned the Pungi music and musical instrument because of what? Because of unpleasant and shrill sound. So because of that, he just banned the Pungi instrument. And after that, there was the barber. He just reformed, means he just improved that Pungi, and he made another musical instrument. And he played that musical instrument in Shah's court. Okay, and he played because he was a barber, and, and in Hindi we call Nai. So it is played in Shah's chamber, and it is played by Nai. So because of that, it is called Shehnai. Okay, so in this way it is started. It is also just like a flute, but it is just different from flute. Okay, so it is started. Okay, and now it is just considered, means that Shehnai is just considered just like our species, means everywhere you can find, means everywhere means what, means on the occasion of marriage or on the occasion of any means purpose, any like occasion only. Okay, like it is first time it is played on the occasion of our Independence Day. Okay, so it was the first time that our Ustad Bismillah Khan who played this musical instrument on the occasion of what? Freedom, means when our first Prime Minister was going to deliver his first speech. Okay, so now in wedding ceremony and on another occasion also you can see this types of musical instrument which is just played by the musicians. Okay, so now you know what, now we are just going to talk about Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay, actually you know what, when he was 5 years old, so he used to play gilli danda in his village, and where he belonged to Bihar, Dumrao. Okay, so when he was 5 years old, so he used to play gilli danda, but after 80 years, now you can understand that he got, means he was awarded by the Indian, means highest Indian civil award, that is called Bharat Ratna. Okay, so he just received this, means he just got this award. So now you can understand this, means how from where he was, and now means right now he is no more, but we can understand, means we are learning, we are just studying about him, that what he was and what he contributed in music field. Okay, so you know what, he used to play a song also, and for that he was also awarded by some kg, means 1.25 kgs laddu. Okay, so he was born on 21st March 1916, and he belonged to a musician family. He belonged to Bihar also, and you know what, his grandfather Rasul Baks Khan, he was the Shehnai player of Bhojpur King's Court, and his father was Paigambar Baks, and his paternal ancestors were also Shehnai player. Means you can understand that he just belonged to his what? He just belonged to musical family, musical background family. Okay, now he learned this music in a very early age. So you know what, one day what happened, his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house, and there he just saw that his maternal uncle was used to, means he used to play what? Shehnai, where he used to play Shehnai, Vishnu temple of Banaras. Okay, he used to play there, so he just accompanied him, means he always used to sit with him, and he just watched that what his maternal uncle used to play, means every day he used to sit there, and in this way he started to learn how to play Shehnai. So it goes on, means it just it went on, and he just composes ragas. Okay, so it is very difficult to compose raga on this musical instrument, but he composed. Okay, so when he was 14 years old, so he accompanied his uncle, means he just got the chance to play this musical instrument, that is Shehnai, where Allahabad Music Conference. There he used, means there he got the chance to play there. So at this end, Ustad Fayaz Khan, he was also a musical player, so music player. So he patted him. He just appreciated that he was there, and he also played this. He just appreciated that one day you will do something. And you know what? His hard work, his dedication came. Means his hard work and dedication made him popular, and he got the first break when he got 1938. In 1938, Bismillah Khan got his first break. And where did he get? He got this break to play this Shehnai All India Radio in Lucknow in 1938. So in this way, he started his journey. So you know what? When India got independence, when India got freedom, so on the occasion of this, on the 15th August 1947, so on the occasion of this great moment, he was there, that who played this Shehnai. And he was the first person that he was just mentioning in the speech of our first Prime Minister, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He just mentioned his name. So in this way, he started his journey, and he had given so many memorable moments for our India and for other country also, and he toured so many countries also, and he got prizes also, awards also. Okay, so he just went to Afghanistan, where King Zahir just called him, and he was very impressed by this person, and he gifted him a Persian carpet. Okay, then film director Vijay Bhatt, he was also impressed by his music, so he also called his movie's name Goonj Uthi Shehnai. Okay, and he also gave him a break to work in his movie. So it was a very hit movie, and in this way he composed one more song for the movie. And what was that? Dil Ka Khilona Hai Toot Gaya. So he was very famous, very popular in all over the world. So but he did not want to work in movies, because he just considered that it is just like a artificial world, and he just wanted to live a very simple life. He worked in 2 movies, and after that he left. He just denied to work in movies. Okay, so award and recognition came back to back, and he was the first Indian that who was invited to perform at the prestigious Lincoln Center Hall in United States of America. He was the first person that who was invited, and not there he participated. He also took part in the World Exposition in Montreal, in the Cannes Art Festival, and in the Osaka Trade Fair. So these are the things, these are the moments that he participated, and we should feel proud for this moment. Okay, because he was the first Indian that was invited there. So in this way he just went on, and the trophies and the awards and rewards, means everything was just coming back to him, and he was awarded by Padma Shri, Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan. In this way, means on his journey he got it. So till here I have explained. Now let's start with this paragraph number 11. Okay, in 2001, Ustad Bismillah Khan was awarded India's highest civilian award, the Bharat Ratna. Now you got it now, that in 2001 he was awarded by the Indian's highest civilian award, that is called Bharat Ratna. Okay, with a coveted award resting on his chest and his eyes glinting with rare happiness, he said, "All I would like to say is, teach your children music. This is Hindustan's richest tradition. Even the West is now coming to learn our music. When he got this award, so he felt very proud at that moment. His eyes were filled with tears and he was very happy at that moment. And he said he just wanted to he just wanted to convey his masses. He just wanted to give his masses to every Indians. And what he said at that moment, he said that teach your children music. Teach your children music, because this is Hindustan tradition. And you know what? In Hindustan, you can learn a lot of things. So he just wanted to convey his masses. And you know what? Even the West is now coming to learn our music. West means out of other countries, not our country only. Other countries are also coming to learn this music. Okay. So now, paragraph number 12. In spite of having traveled all over the world, Khan Sahib, as he is fondly called, is exceedingly fond of Benares and Jumrao, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Okay, you know what? What happened after that? He was very famous among the people. By which name? Khan Sahib. Means everybody used to call him Khan Sahib. So what is mentioned here, that it is exceedingly fond of Benares and Jumrao, means he did not want to go other country. Actually, he just toured so many countries, but he did not want to wander any other country because he was very fond of his country, means his country, his village, his city. Okay, so he was very fond of Benares and Jumrao, and they remain for him the most wonderful towns of the world. Means wherever he used to go, wherever he went, he never forget his town. He never forget his country. He never forget his state. He never forget his district. He never forget his what? His village. So he was very fond of his village. Okay, a student of his once wanted him to head a Shehnai school in the USA. You know what? He just, when he was teaching a student, means not one student, many students were there. So one of the students, he just asked to him, why didn't you open a Shehnai school in our country? Means in USA. Okay, so he offered him, that student, he offered him that you should open a Shehnai school in the USA, and the student promised to recreate the atmosphere of Benares by replicating the temples there. Actually, you know what, as you know, earlier it is mentioned that he was very fond of Benares, Jumrao. So everybody knew about him. Everybody knew about him that he was not going anywhere. He was not going anywhere. So because of that only, one of the students, he just offered him that why didn't you open a Shehnai school in our country, means in the USA. And he was also ready to recreate all the atmosphere and replicate all the things as it was in Benares and Jumrao. He was ready to do everything. But what he said Khan Sahib asked him if he would be able to transport river Ganga as well. So now, as you know that bank of the river means Benares is where? Benares is situated at the bank of the river. And which river? Ganga. Okay, so here he asked, can you transport, means could you transport Ganga in your country? So it is impossible. It is impossible. That you know very well that who brought Ganga on the earth? Only Bhagirathi. Okay, so here it is very impossible for that student. So he said that what? Could you transport river Ganga here? So it is impossible. So indirectly he denied to open the school there. Later he is remembered to have said, that is why whenever I'm in a foreign country, I keep yearning to see Hindustan. While in Mumbai, I think of only Benares and the Holy Ganga. And while in Benares, I miss the unique mutt of Jumrao. So very simple. We can understand by giving by taking an example. Just like if you go anywhere, like I just give me the example from him only. Okay, whenever he used to go out of our country, means out of India. So whenever he used to be there, so you know what he thought at that moment. He thought that he should be where in India, and whenever he used to be in India, so he just thought about what? To be in Banaras. Whenever he used to be in Banaras, so he just thought about what? Jumrao. So just like we can also say, if I am where? In Delhi, so we will think about our UP. When I will be in UP, so I will be in I'll just think about Sankavinagar. Just like that, he just used to think about. So he was very fond of his village. He was very fond of it, his city only. Means he was not going to anywhere. Okay. So paragraph number 13. Sorry. Ustad Bismillah Khan's life is perfect example of the rich cultural heritage of India. One that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him can very naturally play the Shehnai every morning at the Kashi Vishwanath temple. So, if we talk about our country is just filled with so many different types of things like culture, tradition, heritage, rich, means so many things are there in our country. So many means different types of languages, different types of dressing sense, different types of food, different types of living styles, means different types of everything here. So now we can say, but here's the perfect example for everyone, for other country, for our country also, because one that effortlessly accepts that a devout Muslim like him, being a Muslim, you know what? He used to play Shehnai where? At the temple of what? Vishwanath temple. Kashi Vishwanath temple. As you know that it belongs to a Hindu. But he used to play Shehnai there only. So being a Muslim, he was a very great example for everyone that here there is no discrimination any religion. Okay, so he was a very great example for us. Okay, Ustad Bismillah Khan passed away on 21st August 2006 at the age of 90 after a prolonged illness. So on 21st August 2006. 2001 he received Bharat Ratna, but after that 2006 on 21st August he was died. So because he was very ill at that moment, so for so many times he was ill, so because of that he was dead. He was given a state funeral and the government of India declared on day of national mourning. Hence, he was not a simple person. He was not a simple person. He was a great person. As I have told you that, as it is mentioned here, that he was a great example for others. So when he died, so our government means state means Indian government has had declared that is the national mourning for everyone. Okay. So this was the story of Ustad Bismillah Khan, how he brought the Shehnai musical instrument for our country and how it is famous among us. So I think something is given here that Shekhar Gupta, when partition happened, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? Okay, one interviewer asked Shekhar Gupta. So he asked that when partition happened, means when? 1947 only, when we got freedom. So at that time, partition happened. So Shekhar Gupta asked him that, didn't you and your family think of moving to Pakistan? Means, when you want to go there? Means why are you here? Means why are you here? Means in India. So what he replied, God forbid may leave Banaras. Now you can again also understand by this line, because he was very fond of Banaras. Never I went to Pakistan. Once I crossed the border just to say I have been to Pakistan. Means once he was there, and he was there so because of what he could say that once he was in Pakistan. He crossed the road only, means he crossed the border, so that he could say that once he was in Pakistan. I was there for about an hour. I said namaskar to the Pakistanis and salam alaikum to the Indians. I had a good laugh. Now you can understand that how which type of people he was. That he was very great person. So when he crossed the border of India and Pakistan for 1 hour only, not more than 1 hour. So he just went there and he just namaskar to the Pakistanis and assalamu alaikum to Indians. So at that moment he just came back. So this was the story that he shared with the Shekhar Gupta. Okay, because he was very fond of Banaras and he did not want to go anywhere. So I have completed this chapter, lesson number 2, the sound of music, part 2, the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. So I hope that you have understood this chapter. So in next class we will be studying the next poem, that is Wind. Okay, so thank you so much, dear students. Thank you.